stream. It's going to be a shorter one, but I wanted to give people an opportunity to see the new season and do some Necromancer gameplay in the season. Now, this is obviously the Necro that I've been playing with my wife. We hit, I don't even know what we hit last night. Let me see here. 63. We hit level 63 last night. So if you're watching this, remember to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy the content that I put out. Try to feature a lot of new content on this channel, as well as No Man's Sky Expedition Progress and our community planet. We'll be probably doing some of that tomorrow after more Outriders. We've been really enjoying the Outriders gameplay as well as the Outriders support. So I wanted to kind of see what reception would be like doing something a little bit more out of the ordinary. Having some issues with OBS being kind of weird. It may need to be updated. I need to make sure nothing else is running. Let me close and restart it because it just did like a huge hangy hitch. Maybe let's just try enable preview. Let's turn that off and then just go full screen. See if that doesn't clean it up. So that's the character I've been playing with my wife. Now, one of the things that you do, obviously, in a seasonal character is you got to make a new character. So the season 23 just started, and if you look at my current season journey on this character, we have done everything on Chapter 1, and we are now working on Chapter 2. We've gotten 5 out of 11 on Chapter 2. So we've been having a lot of fun doing that. It gives you a sense of progress. I feel this system heavily influenced the No Man's Sky Expeditions update that they just did. Seems very, very inspired by Diablo. And so I am going to do a create hero. Obviously, you want to make sure down here at the bottom you are on seasonal hero, and I will do a necromancer. We'll do a female just to get a different look for our character. Early game necro is really fun with corpse bursting. It's just kind of absurd just how fast and fun you can progress with a seasonal character. Now, they want to make sure you understand participating in a season gives you the opportunity to reap exclusive rewards. Seasonal heroes start completely fresh and can only play with other seasonal heroes. So there are limitations and there are rules with respect to a seasonal character. Now, one thing you got to make sure you do that a lot of people might miss is if you're wanting to jump into rifts and seasonal play, you want to go to game settings and switch it off of campaign to adventure. I start Act 1. We can try it on hard and see how it goes. Starting out, we'll just see how it goes. So you can see right there below main menu, it says Adventure Mode, Hard, Act 1. You got to make sure you do that. If not, it's just going to throw you right in to the campaign. And then Auric is the guy that you're going to kind of deal with for the rifts. This guy's going to give you dialogue pertaining to what's going on with the Nephilim, and then you can talk to all the different characters. Now, one of the things they updated in this particular season is the follower system. So you can come here, get your Templar to follow you, and then go into your follower menu, and they've updated a lot of things with the followers. Now, I don't have all that information in front of me, but if you're big into this game, you'll probably be more keen on what they did to the follower update. So this guy will follow me and help me. Now, when you play co-op with your buddies, you cannot have a follower following you around. More than likely, that's either a broken thing or a processing thing. So my wife and I, funny enough, one of your season journey things that you need to do right here in Chapter 2 is fully equip one of your followers. So we each had to come in solo in order to do that, and that was just something that we had to do. So go do a Nephilim Rift. That's one of the first things you're going to want to do. You click on this little obelisk guy, and let me get the game volume back up, and then you go in. Now, these are randomly generated. Enemies are random. Everything's crazy. Everything's kind of wild in here. Now, I have a ton of gold, so I probably could have went and outfitted myself with a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. It'll auto-equip a lot of this stuff because you start with nothing. And you level up super-duper fast, especially on hard. We should end up leveling up very, very quickly. Once you get the corpse bursting, it's absurd. So we're already leveled up. Now you can see the little corpses on the ground, and they're highlighted, and I can't do anything with them. So I've unlocked a skill category, and I've unlocked Bone Spear. These ones will unlock in time. Level 4 is really when things kick into high gear for the Necromancer. One of the things I love about playing Diablo 2 as well, not Diablo 2, but Diablo 3 on controller is just the ease of the controller. It just feels right. It's always a little slow when you first start out. I remember when I did a Witch Doctor the one day, it was kind of nuts how slow it was. We'll kill this gold guy, and we might even level up off him. No.
I'll be telling stories about that for a while.
Anyone having issues with PSN right now? You want to run a challenge rift first, then get kunais, roll for weapon and slot? You can't run a challenge rift though until you have the stuff for it. If you've not been playing, you won't have any of that. Don't you need like the what, I forget what they're called.
Time to get moving. Oh yes.
So when we did this the other day, we fought a bunch of teddy bears. So I think they have some goofy ones that kind of start things for you. I'm already a level 5. Now watch, see these corpses on the ground? I can start blowing them up. And you end up chaining, because corpses make new corpses, make new corpses, make new corpses, make new corpses, make new corpses. It is busted, stupid, early game, strong. And it's very, very fun. And since we're chaining kills, we're leveling up insanely fast. So we got 109 kills. It just kept chaining the 109 kills. The real thing is trying to kite enemies sometimes like over. It's kind of hard with him. Or with the, not the him, but the Necro. It's kind of difficult because you really need the them to go over the corpses, and sometimes they just won't do it because they get caught aggroed on your skellies. So it can be a little slow sometimes. So it's still popping up all the things I unlocked. The game is like super far behind because I'm level 13. So it's still behind. It's showing level 11. So that's one of the things that's so fun about adventure, jumping in a rift, throw it on hard, just start having a blast. As soon as you hit level 4 on the Necro, you're off to the frickin' races. You're just boom, boom, boom. You're blowing everything up, stacking XP, stacking, a corpse creates a corpse, creates a corpse, creates a corpse. I mean, it's just nuts how you chain it. One of the only things about the Necro you'll notice late game, or at least when you get further around level 60 like I was, is you need to develop some of the skills that enable you to make your own corpses, which there's mages you can summon that when they're done, they turn into a corpse, which is extremely helpful because if you have no corpses around, you are dead in the water, essentially. Like, it's one of the strongest things about the Necro is you can just keep blowing up corpses. So, level 13, we have a silly amount of stuff already. A Witch Doctor helmet, that's kind of strange. So we can come in here and activate and command skeletal minions, so we got that. Now, as far as I know, we also got a rune for this thing, the Bone Spear that I was using. Damage is increased for each enemy that it passes through, but it allows you to do the free mode, so I can already get a golem if I want. And then I already have a rune for Corpse Explosion, which is increase the size of the explosion. Excellent. And then I've got these 3 now. I prefer instead strikes the target and up to 2 nearby enemies with large bone pillars. I like the occasionally stuns in the early game. It's kind of nice. Consuming a corpse has a chance to spawn a health globe. Consuming a corpse increases your movement speed by 3% for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 10 times. Probably health globe. And then my follower got armor. So you want to make sure you're taking care of your heals you in the Templar or taunts enemies when you're near. So I'm going to do the heal, and then provides life regeneration for you in the Templar. Enemies that hit or are hit by the Templar are slowed. So we'll do the life regeneration. So your follower can definitely help your build as well. Are you going to go for the Bloodlance build with your Necro? I'm actually not familiar with a lot of the builds with the Necro. I've never taken him full distance. So like, oh, the event's complete. Cool. So I have always enjoyed early game Necro, and this is the first time I'm like trying to go the distance with him with playing with my wife this season. So I'm not actually super familiar with a lot of the builds for the Necro. And this is when you just start to get corpses, and then you make more corpses, and then you make more corpses, and you can start chaining, which now you can see at the bottom. You want to keep that going. 24 kills, 26 kills. Anything you can do to keep the kills going, you just keep pushing forward. You can go back and loot later. 36 kills, you get double the experience from all those kills. So if you can chain, you just want to keep on chaining. If you're inexperienced with the game, it might be a little bit more difficult, but Necro's really fun for chaining. You can just literally keep pushing forward with your skellies. Got our little treasure goblin.
Needs to recharge.
So once you can see the meter over there filling up, I'll have to fight like a Rift Guardian. And it'll get a little bit harder now when I go down here, if I remember right. Because this should scale everybody to me and where I am now.
That needs to recharge.
So like right now I'm waiting on my first... See how they're taking a lot longer to die now? Because they're I think they scale to you once you come down here. So the fact that I'm already level 13, we don't necessarily have level 13 damage output yet.
I must wait.
Yeah, so it's real slow going right now. After this bunch, I'm going to go back and buy some stuff. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to go back to town, because our damage output's going to be terrible. We leveled up so fast that we need gear at our level, and we're currently carrying, like, garbage. So, I'm going to come back here, and...
You know the true quality of my wares, unlike some people.
He doesn't seem to be selling anything at my level. Oh, yeah, he is. He's just not selling a weapon for me. Hang on. You can send me an endgame build in Discord? Yeah, whatever you got. I'm always willing to go in, respec, and try stuff out.
Everyone around here appreciates the work I put into acquiring these fine wares. It's not easy, I tell you that.
Man. Isn't there another merchant this way? No. Man, the merchants suck right now, dude. It's going to be really, really hard to get our damage up. Yeah, you keep the character when the season's over. Yeah.
Fate smiles on you today. I've seen better.
Okay, there we go. That will help. Okay, that should affect our damage output significantly. Okay. I'm fairly certain my damage output affects all the Skelly's damage output. I think that's how it works. Yeah, they're all dying a lot faster now. Yeah. So you got to be careful. If you're newer to the game, you would have been kind of confused, like, what just happened? I was destroying everything, and now I can't kill anything. It's because I hit level 13, came down to the next area, and obviously the next area was like, oh, you're level 13, so here's stuff at your level, and your damage output is basically still stuck at the beginning. See? Now we're cruising. So you got to be careful with how fast you progress. I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. You can just start chaining the corpse explosion. I got a new skill set to be crippling curse that reduces the enemy unit's movement speed. Okay, that's not what I want. Target enemy summon projectiles from nearby corpses to damage the target. Yeah, let's do Skeletal Mage. Okay.
Do not fear the end. Give it more time.
So, I've already got a really solid build for just kind of plowing through here. You ever do a hardcore seasonal character? No. That's just not my thing. Now we're gonna go down and we're gonna run in the same problem, but it's not gonna be as bad because we've only gone from level 13 to 14. So we're not gonna suddenly feel this swing of like, oh my gosh, everything's taking forever to die. Get that first kill when you're kind of off to the races. The Outriders VOD should be available right now, Demetrius. It might just be taking a second to show up. Sometimes it has to process before it shows up. You could always use the Discord if you need the actual hot link to it, and it'll let you go watch it.
I must wait. This world can abide you no longer. That needs to recharge.
See, once you get a crowd, Necro just keeps blowing everything up. Then obviously this guy's last.
Give it more time.
A strategy too with Necro is once you're down here and you're seeing that meter fill around 98%, you want to stop blowing up the corpses. Oh, he makes corpses where he lands. That's actually really nice for the golem. I didn't realize that his early ability did that. Necro is a DLC character. What's the main point of starting each season? I'm not understanding what's happening here. So you start a new character and you have a bunch of objectives and basically chapters of quests that you need to do. And that gives you cool seasonal rewards at the end of the season. So every season you have a season's journey and you have all these things to do. So what they're essentially doing is they're removing that preliminary start a character, grind them all the way up, play through the campaign, listen to dialogue. You go into randomly generated rifts and just grind your frickin' face off, getting loot, fighting enemies, fighting bosses, leveling up, getting your character spec'd. The reward structure is so fun because like the loot just constantly gets better and better, you know, very, very fast, very, very fast. And then at the end of the season, it converts your character into a normal save, normal character, and then if you did everything, you get a bunch of cool seasonal rewards for yourself. Yeah, like full set of armor. Yeah. No, you cannot come in here with existing characters. No. Hang on a minute. Experience gains increased by 25%. There was a little guy. He's over here. He's green. I don't know what that means. I forget. He's going to be a long, long fight. He's really strong. Might be able to get him cornered here. Yeah.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, we got him cornered. Odious Collector. Okay. We got a ton of stuff from him. Just following him and killing him. Okay. Actually sounds like a dope idea. Yeah, it all carries over to your regular characters. It's basically a way, it's just like the thing they announced in No Man's Sky with the Expeditions update. It's a way for an experienced player to have something fresh to do, you know, every couple of months. Wife isn't here to pick up all the loots. Holy moly, dude, right? I'm having to go back and pick stuff up. My wife's awesome. She literally goes and picks up everything. I get scolded for leaving stuff behind. Wait, what seasonal journey was that? Let's get started? What? Was it here? Learn 5 blacksmith recipes. Ah. Okay. Here he comes. Ordinarily, I try to have a bunch of corpses ready for him, but I didn't do the greatest job timing that. Oh, he spawned somewhere else. Oh, I think the first time they... Is this how it does the first time? Like, it tells you where the Rift Guardian is? Normally, they spawn, like, right on top of you. I always forget how that works. Here he comes. Big old cow. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That needs to recharge.
Woo! Got a little too close for comfort.
For the Nephilim to help them train for battle. They fought bravely, facing down enemies in places pulled from the deepest corners of their memories.
Cool.
Ours is a race of great power, but we are nothing unless we temper it with skill. If you are to achieve your birthright, then conquer the rifts and take your rightful place among us.
Yo, what's good, Zihala? So that's a rift, okay? And the rift is essentially the main function of what you do in seasonal Diablo content. No minimap on console? Yeah, it's there. Oh, it's behind me. It's behind me. So then you come back to town and you talk to this guy and the rift will close. Boom. Bunch of XP, bunch of gold. So that rift will close in 25 seconds. Now the reason they do that is you can go back and pick up stuff maybe you forgot to get or something. You know, no big deal. And then generally the loot is so plentiful, you're literally just green arrow hunting in the beginning. There's not a lot of like this guy just got unbelievably strong like that, just like already. His appearance won't change much either. Resource generation. When you take fatal damage, the Templar will come to your aid, knocking back nearby enemies and healing you. Oh, hang on. Charges an enemy, dealing damage and stunning nearby enemies. Delivers a massive blow to an enemy and causes the target nearby enemies to take increased damage. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sometimes there isn't space to spawn the characters so they're really cross map. That's never happened to my wife and I when we've been playing. And then you come back, you sell all your stuff, you dump it all. Maybe you buy something. If you, like this, like if you see just a bunch of green arrows, the loot quantity is not always the major thing in question. It's usually how many green arrows can you squeeze out of something. I think this is two-handed, isn't it, though? I think all staffs are two-handed. Is this crossplay yet? That I don't know. Oh. Necros can use two-handed weapons. They can, but then you lose. I would lose this. I would lose the heart. So I suppose it doesn't matter, because you know what? It's all about the green arrows, right? So I'm going to get... Yeah, it's probably worth switching. Yeah, it's a two-handed. So I can use it. I always forget that it honestly doesn't matter. It increased everything. It's all about the green arrows. Like, you're literally just trying to get all your stats as high as possible. Now, one of the things they do in this game... And this is one of the places that people became familiar with Transmogrify. Transmogrify is not unique to Diablo, but like early game, let's say I look at this helmet and I'm like, nah, I want to look dope with this red hood or these horns or this skeleton face, right? This is all stuff that I've gotten either on this character or another, and it cost me 500 gold. So bam, and then I can come here and I can do the same thing. Bam, let's make it match, right? And then you can obviously, it gets a little harder for perfect matches if you haven't gotten a ton of loot. See, so now I've completely changed what my character looks like. You can even change what the item you're holding looks like. So I can you know, whatever you want, you know. There you go, big old staff with a red thing on it. See? So now my character looks like that. And I've got a bunch of random junk on, but I made my random junk look hot because it's cheap. It's not that expensive. You're getting gold freaking hand over fist. You know what I'm saying?
Dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say.
Once you start getting legendaries, then it's all about special effects. Yes. And so here are some of the things you can get like cosmetics for different seasons. So I got these pets. I got this weird twitchy guy. I got, I can put a pennant behind me. My portrait frame. And this is when you're like in the save screen and stuff. So there's a Necromancer portrait frame. I can get myself different wings if I want. Right? If I just feel like looking cool. This is again, look at that. There you go. That's like something right out of what's that? That's what's her face. Looks like what's her face's wings from Overwatch. Right? So these are items that you can get from a season.
This world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always.
And then here, Greater Rift, I would need a keystone. No keystones available. So I would need Greater Rift keystones, open Greater Rifts, which offer more challenges and greater rewards. And the Greater Rift keystones, I don't think you start getting those until like level 60 or something. Once you get legendaries, it's all about stacking buff after buff to 1 or 2 abilities until you delete everything on screen in seconds. It's a great power fantasy. Yeah. Show the Hedrig's gift reward in the seasons. It'll show a full set of legendary gear with bonuses. Where do you show that? Oh, view rewards. There you go. So, yeah, here you go. So a portrait frame and a dragon pet, and then yeah, you can see the items changing. So when I complete chapter 2, I'm gonna get Helm of the Wastes, Gauntlet of the Wastes. For a barbarian. So in this case, I am on a necromancer. So I'm going to get Rothma's skull helm and Rothma's macabre vembraces. So I'm going to get my head and my hands, and then here I'm going to get my shoulders and my feet. They're not giving me the visual, but you can see there the list of all the things that you get. You get a portrait frame for this one. If you do Slayer, I would get that portrait frame for my character. And then you can see the portrait frame gets more elaborate the further up you go. And then a complete guardian gets that crazy wild portrait frame. You get this kitty cat pet, and then you get the completed flaming whatever. What's the set for the season? Well, that's what I mean. It's different depending on who you play as, because like the Witch Doctor's getting all the Helltooth stuff, and the Necromancer's getting Rothma. Bones of Rothma, Helltooth Harness, they're all getting different sets. So, and you have, does it show you a countdown somewhere? Does it show a day countdown? Anywhere? Is that on the leaderboards, maybe? No. Yeah, I don't know if and where it shows you the actual, like, seasonal countdown or not. Hang on a second. I don't like these wings. Okay, those are pretty cool. Oh, that's just like behind you. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the wings off as well as the pennant and the yeah, we don't need all that. I'm not a big fan of some of that stuff. Some of that stuff's like kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of obnoxious. I've not done any challenge rifts because you need keystones, and keystones don't start dropping until you get to like a certain level.
Are you ready? Then your trial begins.
Dialogue's usually pretty dope too. Like, you get pretty dope dialogue in between everything. You don't need keystones for that?
Give it more time.
Just a max level character? Decay and rot. My wife always makes fun of the little sayings that they say. Are you liking it? I've always loved Diablo. I'm very much looking forward to Diablo 2 Resurrected. Hopefully I can get into the alpha. They're going to be sending out those emails tomorrow.
I'm afraid not.
And I think the seasonal way of playing is so much fun. The last time I tried out seasonal play, a lot of the season was already over, so my wife and I basically waited for this season to start. So we're level 61, or maybe 63. She is a demon hunter, and I'm a necro. And so I started necro just today just to show people how fun an early game season can be, how fast you progress. Really, really, really enjoyable. Early game necro is just silly. Is just so silly fun. Just really silly fun. You can just chain the corpse explosions. When you choose game modes under adventure mode, there should be a challenge rift. Oh, my wife and I'll have to try that tonight. I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever done a challenge rift. What's the concept of a challenge rift? Like I said, the first time we checked out a season was last season, and it was too far into the season, so it was like, we were like, let's just wait. I was like, you know, it's basically almost over. Let's wait until they start a new one. I think the game is like a little loud in comparison to me. Challenge Rift elevates this game so much. You get legendaries and a kunai cube before even getting level 2. It's so good. Alright, hang on. I didn't even know about that. Kunai Cube's a must-have. Man. So I'm sitting here showing people the game, and I'm like ignorant about some of the basic good stuff. Like I said, I just love the concept of a seasonal character. I'm a man of simple taste. I'm pretty easy to please, dude. You give me a bunch of loot, a bunch of stuff, bunch of cool stuff's happening on the screen. I mean, I'll dive into that loot cycle any day. Gamble for early legendaries. Okay. Hang on. Alright, let's finish this rift and we'll do a challenge rift. We probably could have afforded to increase the difficulty before coming down here, because we are just absolutely just desecrating the place. Oh boy. It's enough out of you, big dog. Just need one corpse. Succubus. Yeah, I will say so. It's you can play it offline. I think you can play it offline without anybody, or you can play with people. I think you need an internet connection though to at least start, agree to terms of service and stuff on a seasonal character. I think. Let's roll the Reichs to 200. Yeah. We should be able to hit... Yeah. We'll be fine. We won't have to unlist the stream. I was thinking maybe in anticipation to Diablo 2 Resurrected, there'd be like a lot of people just interested in chilling in some Diablo, but people are probably actively searching for Diablo 2 Resurrected, which hopefully we can get into that alpha for tomorrow.
That needs to recharge.
Oh golly, frick.
These beasts have been sighted in the lands. These hunters are curious creatures, bloodthirsty and violent to others. They employ a surprising degree of care in raising their young. Every egg is guarded with vigilance, and the hunters will frequently circle overhead to keep watch on their nests. Those who intrude upon them are malicious hounds roam the northern moors in Kyrgyzstan, feeding on carrion and unwary travelers. They roam
You have to be connected to Blizzard servers, if I recall. Yeah, you may not be able to play it strictly offline.
Said that their hunger is so great that they do not.
But I think once you have the character started, can't you boot up and just play? I'm not actually sure how that works. You might not be able to. Yeah, if you can't get any corpses, you can always just throw your golem in there, and he'll put some on the ground. With the way I have him currently spec'd.
Give it more time.
Yeah, I forgot. I need to be spamming mages, because the mages also leave behind corpses and they attack for you. I'm on the Xbox Series X. Might have to get into some Diablos. Community's the best. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I'm afraid not. I need essence.
You will make a fine core.
Now, people that remember old school Diablo will remember identifying an item. So an item like that shows up on the screen, makes a big loud sound. It's got a big light coming off it. Very exciting. You come in here, you press a button to identify, and then bam, look at that. Crush Bane, all green arrows. Love to see it. Bunch of great stats. And it even usually has unique animations that come off of it. So another aspect of seasonal adventure play that is very, very fun. Oh yeah, you can push in. Yeah. That's how I can find my character in the chaos. Yeah. It'd be cool. Can you just turn that on all the time, I wonder? Sometimes my wife and I'll be playing a Rift, and I'm like, I have no freaking clue where I am, and I don't necessarily know if I want to push that in. It'd be cool if it was like on all the time. Okay. We're close enough to the end that we may want to try and stack some corpses, because that last Rift boss almost got me.
Not enough essence.
Okay. Resplendent chest. They usually drop a bunch of stuff. Lono's hoarding identification scrolls. That's right. That's right. That's right.
This world can abide you no longer.
Here he comes. We got a nice little funnel point for him. With plenty of corpses. He's already half health. Yeah, he's getting absolutely shredded. If anyone starts new No Man's Sky, I have to add you and give you some credits and mats to help start. Okay.
I need to go back.
Okay. So you come back, and I want to try a challenge rift because you guys told me about it, and I'm stupid and have never done one. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What kind of gems do we have? BDDDDDD. We don't have anything for intelligence. How about just some vitality? Come talk to this guy.
Impressive.
Okay. Got 95 million credits. I got like 40 million or something like that. I forget what I was doing last time I played, but I'm a little rich. Not a lot rich, but like a little rich. In No Man's Sky, that is. I'm gonna let the rift close. And okay. And so you're saying I go here, quit, and then game settings. Complete a solo greater rift to unlock challenge rifts. Yeah, I can't do it. Complete a solo greater rift. So to do a greater rift, I'm going to need a keystone, and you get the keystones level 60 or so, I think. Oh, is it 70 when you get those? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's something that my wife and I can work on. Like I said, we hit like 63. Yeah, I've not done a solo. That's fine. I think he has new dialogue like every time you come and talk to him. There's also the blacksmith that you can level up. There's covetous shen that you can level up for gems, socketing, removing, stuff like that. Gem combiners, and then what gem remove. Yeah, you can just do that instead of going to him, and then you got the transmog lady up there. Forgot about that. That's my bad. That's no worries. That is no worries at all. Once you're able to jump into Torment 1, you can do the greater rifts. Okay. So, I mean, as you can see, it took us about an hour of just, you know, pretty casual play with a Necro, just going through on hard. I set it to hard from the very beginning, on hard, went through, did two rifts. I'm level 20. I got a legendary. You know, I got a fun build already. My follower now has the ability to, when you take fatal damage, he'll come to your aid, knock back, and start healing you. So, you know, my follower is cooking along, you know. That's one of the reasons I love this game in a seasonal format is in an hour's worth of time, I've already gotten... Now, this is a little bit different. So, complete a rift, boom, I would have gotten that checked. Complete 5 bounties. So, this is where you have to go away from the rifts and go to the map. You hit down on the thing, hit the D-pad, and there are bounties, right? These little exclamation points. Bounty Cursed Cellar, kill Ragus Grimlow, the Queen's Desert. So you go do these bounties, that's another one. So that's another way to kind of shake things up and still have some fun. Those are usually a little bit easier than the rifts. So it gives you, just like the expeditions in No Man's Sky, like it gives you something to set your sights on. Socketing 5 gems, raising the blacksmith, raising the jeweler, raising the mystic, go kill Adria, go kill Gom, reach level 50, and then you're done with chapter 1. And then I can view my rewards. So I've already earned the portrait frame and the pet once the season is over. And now I'm on chapter 2. And then over here, I actually am going to get a gift from Hadrig, which is going to be for my Necro, the helmet and the hands for Bones of Rathma for my Necro. So it, like, I don't know, it gives you a sense of reward, a sense of progress, and it gives you that really, really satisfying content loop of dungeon crawl and blow things up and loot's dropping all over the place. Like, I find it to be very, very enjoyable. No, I've never done a hardcore character. That's just not how I'm wired. I am not at all wired that way to do like a hardcore character, mainly because I'm as I've said many, many times, I'm a man of simple taste. Like, it's very easy to give me a satisfying content loop. If it's enjoyable, I feel cool, and I'm getting lots of loot, I'm good to go, man. I can grind that out. And this does a very good job of doing it. So tomorrow what we're going to do is we'll continue working on the manhunts in Outriders, and then we'll check out No Man's Sky. We'll start working on my expedition process in No Man's Sky. Tomorrow on the main channel, we're going to be breaking down the nerfs that have been happening. The nerfs that have been announced for Outriders. I don't know. Do I have a link yet for the Wolvie stream? I don't think I have a link yet. It looks like he's gearing up. I was gonna send you guys over to Wolvie. Let me see if he's got it up and running. Hang on. Choo. Channel. Yeah, he's live. Okay, he's going to be doing a TWAB review and community play. So if you guys want to go chill with Wolvie, there is a link in chat. If you're into Destiny, if you support this community, if you support the SNTR network, go hang with Wolvie. He's already streaming to like 40 people, okay? Click the link in chat. I'll pin it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a full day. Tons to discuss in Outriders with the nerfs, more Outriders gameplay, more No Man's Sky gameplay, and then tomorrow night, drinks and laughs with Hilly and It Takes Two. We should be finishing It Takes Two tomorrow night. You guys are the absolute best, supporting so much diverse content. Smash the like button and the subscribe button on your way out. Click the link in chat and go chill with my man Wolvie. All right? Peace.